Hi everyone. In this video, I'll talk about serialization in Java. Serialization in Java is the process of converting an object's state to a byte stream, and deserialization is the reverse process of recreating the object from a byte stream. The byte stream can be stored in a file, sent over a network, or stored in memory. The main purpose of serialization is to allow objects to be saved and restored in a persistence storage media such as a file or database so that the state of the object can be preserved between program invocations. In Java, serialization is achieved through serializable interface. To make an object serializable, you simply need to implement the serializable interface in the class definition. All right. You can see in the screen that I have a class employee, and in that employee, I have first name, last name, and contact number. There are three fields. Okay. So let me highlight that. Okay. You can see first name, last name, and contact number. Okay, now when we make an object of this employee class, so all the three fields will be available inside that particular object. Just imagine that this is an object, and in that object it is initialized. First name is Hamidul, last name is Islam, and contact number is 1234. Just these are dummy data. Okay, now this entire object can be saved in a byte stream. Okay, and we can store as a file, and this entire process is called serialization. Okay, so we convert an object to a byte stream and saved as a kind of file, and it can be sent over the network, and it can be saved in the database. Okay, so this entire process is called serialization. Next, so the opposite of serialization is called deserialization. What we do in the deserialization, we read that file, that byte stream, and again convert that thing into object. You can see that. Let me highlight again. So we have written this employee object to file system, and again we are reading to employee as an employee object. This process is called deserialization. Another important point is that to make an object serializable, the class has to implement serializable interface. Although that I have not shown that thing in this diagram, but I am going to show in Eclipse. Okay, so let us go to the Eclipse and write some code to demonstrate the entire process. Okay, so let me create a project. That project is ready. Now I need to create a class. So I'll write two classes. One is for serializing and another is for deserializing. Okay, so Okay, first of all we need the object that can be serialized. Okay, I have not created that object yet. Okay, let me create that class. So new class, as shown in the diagram I was showing that the class was employee. Let me create the same employee class, and private string first name, then private string last name, then private long contact number. All right, Control Shift F to format the code, then right click, source, generate constructor using fields. So all are checked here, generate. So what will happen, a constructor will be created based on these fields. And also I'm going to generate setter and getter method. Source, then where is that, generate set getter and setter method. Okay, select all, generate. Again Control Shift F, let me expand the entire screen. Okay, so another important thing is missing here. This class has to implement this interface, serializable interface. If we don't implement this, we'll not be able to serialize this employee class. So remember another point, whenever you implement serializable, you also add default serial version ID, because this ID will be used to serialize, and again at the time of deserialization this ID will be used. Okay, so keep this thing in mind. So we have our class. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create an object of that class. New employee. Okay, first name Hamidul, then I just giving 1 2 3 4. Okay, now this employee object I want to serialize. Okay, so how can I do that? I think 2 or 3 lines of code that it does that process. Okay, so first we need file output stream. Okay, we need to create an object. So new here this thing, if you see, okay, let me import. Okay, what it says, okay, it says that keep this code inside try catch. Okay, I'm keeping inside try catch. Okay, now what I'm saying, that I'm saying, okay, since we are going to write the things, I mean the object state, so it should be out file output stream. At the time of reading it should be file input stream. Okay, and inside that, in the constructor, I have mentioned the file name as .ser. It can be anything, employee.txt, employee. It can be any name. Okay, so I have just given employee.ser. ser is just for serialization. Okay, next line, object output stream. Okay, this thing, it has to be passed here. Okay, what it says, add throws, add catch. Let me add catch. Okay, this block I'm removing. Okay, so we have 2 lines of code. Now we need to write this object. Okay, so using this object, write object. Done. Now what I need to do, this has to be closed. Okay, Control Shift F. Okay, the code is already formatted. Okay, we created an object giving the information. First name is Hamidul, last name is Islam, and the contact number is 1234. Okay, so when this employee will be converted to byte stream, and it will be saved in employee.ser, and in another class I will write some code to read this file again back and convert to an employee object like this. Okay, now if I write and if I execute this code, so what will happen? Okay, execute, run. Okay, it seems that it got executed. Now refresh it. Can you see this thing, employee.ser? This file got generated. So if you open this, you will not see anything meaningful because those will be encrypted. Okay, is in a byte code, so you won't be able to read that. Okay, so this process is called serialization. Okay, so next what I'm going to do, okay, another thing, if I don't implement this, say that I'm not implementing, what is going to happen? Okay, let me run it again. See, there we have error, java.io not serializable exception. Okay, it is because that we have not implemented serializable interface. So it is we must have to implement this. Okay, now again I need to run this code again back. Okay, refresh, done. So okay, so our serialization is working. Now we'll work on deserialization. Okay, new class de-serialize. Okay, then public static void main. Okay, here at the time of writing we used output stream. At the time of reading we should use input stream. Okay, so it will be very similar. In that case, in case of reading, it should be file input stream, and this should be object input stream. Okay, file input stream. Okay, employee.ser. Okay, so you can see this file employee.ser. Okay, what it says, we need to keep inside try catch. Done. Next, object input stream. What I need to pass, sorry, we need to pass this again, catch. Okay, what it says, create class, object input. Okay, catch. Okay, now we have the object input stream. Using this we can read object, and what we should read, employee, we need to cast it something like this. Okay, now what it says again, add catch block. Okay, I want to print this object SYSO. Okay, then run it. Okay, it does not give any meaningful information. So for this, what we can do, we can go to the employee.java file, then here right click, source, then generate, what is the toString, this toString using these 3 fields. Okay, remember these things. Now if I run this again, do you see? So at the time of creating the file, the state of the object was, in that object the fields were first name Hamidul, then last name was Islam, and the contact number was 1 2 3 4. So when we deserialize that object, so we have got again back the old object, that whatever we have saved. So this process is called deserialization. All right, so this is very important topic in core Java. Okay, try to understand the concept. So guys, that's it for today's video. See you in the next.